A.
Piss take.
Production.
Welcome back to another DRZ episode. This episode we're going to cover installing a daylight runner in conjunction with the headlight. So essentially when I turn the bike on as standard, the daylight runners should run at the same time. Or the other option, I key it in or wire it in to the headlight high beam switch. So the lights that I'm going to install are by Stedi, and they're called MC5. It's a small LED running light, and they look like this. And it does have the blue protecting sticker on the front of the lens. They're a very small daylight runner, and that's the bracket. I've already fitted it to a bracket, and it's going to sit on the top of the fork in this location right here. There's already one installed. I just wanted to show the light before I got one step ahead of myself. So let's go ahead and put this on the left side of the front fork, and I'll need a 12mm socket. The joys of making videos. Okay, so back off these two bolts and take them all the way out. Slip the bolt through the bracket holes and keep the spacer or keep the washer on the outside of this black bracket, and then tighten it back up. You won't be able to use a socket to tighten it up. You have to do it with a ring spanner, and slowly and bit by bit, and that's how you fit the bracket on for the DRZ. Short. The headlight, as you see, I've run this braided cover over, and the positive runs, so you just got to find this yellow plug. It's onto the yellow headlight high beam switch here, so it's keyed into that. And then for the negative, it runs all the way to the top of the triple clamp and grounds there. So that's the wiring setup. There is another option you can do if you run a separate switch onto the handlebar, but that's what I've done for now, just to get it out of trouble and have the extra light set up. Now it's time to wrap the burrito back up. after months of planning, here is the first look at Priscilla, pretty much set up, ready to go. Now, as you can see, I got my swag on the back. Pretty much it'll be connected to my arse, and I'll feel like a snail. So yeah, my house will be connected to my arse for over, 6,000 Ks travel. Still got to iron out whether or not to use this rig gear bag on the back. There is a 20 litre version. This is the 40 litre version. The only issue, it overhangs just a little bit on the for the back. But yeah, you're very limited with space on this bike compared to what the V-Strom over there. Rock straps, they're the best things ever for strapping down stuff on your bike. And I do use another set of rock straps as a cross brace to bring in the side panniers so they don't sag. But that's what you get. For a budget build, you can go other expensive bags, but that's what I've gone with. Budget specific. So yeah, this one's sagging a little bit. You can see it doing these ones. Limited for space for the tank bag, but essentially that's just going to carry my camera. Ballard's front tool bag, so it just carries my puncture repair kit, a screwdriver, and I think a basic bicycle air pump. Here's the lights. They're all fully installed. I'll give you an example. Let's turn them on. So that's normal headlight with the LED globe in. That's high beam. You'll fry a wombat. But that's essentially just to get me out of trouble if I have to ride at night. Not that I really want to with all the wildlife and stuff, but that little bit of extra light helps. But it looks good. You can't have these running on all day anyway because it'll interfere with the blinker. So if you're turning at an intersection and these lights are turned on, people won't see these. They'll see them, but it reduces the visibility. But they look awesome. That's the bracket you can get. You can buy these online from the Adventure Moto dealer that deals with all Suzuki parts. New tyres are on. I couldn't get, so I've gone with Extreme Motos Extreme Hybrid for the front, and for the rear, Motos Tractionators, I think they're called. But yeah, plenty of tread, real chunky tyre. They look good. Be interesting to see how many Ks I'll get out of these. Other highlights, here's my spare fuel bottle. I will put another one on here. Each fuel bottle gives me about 22.5 kilometers a tank. Okay, new additions, Polysport, frame protector. There was a slot. They don't sit perfectly flush, but they, at least they protect the frame from your boot rubbing on the frame. Any other new additions that I can point out? That's pretty much it. The bike's, come a long way. Oh, here's the screen. Does its job. Feels like you're sitting in a Daewoo Lanos with the windows up. So it does eliminate a little bit of the wind. But if you're riding for 2 weeks like I am straight every day, you want any little bit of wind reduction. It will just, lower your fatigue. So yes, I'm going to spend 10-hour days riding this bike. It's going to be one hell of an interesting ride with this thing connected to my arse. But I prefer to sleep in this because it's got a built-in foam mattress, and then I add in the bag, I've got a self-inflating Westlawn mattress, and having a sleeping pad this thick all up just gives you a really good night's sleep. So, if you can get a good night's sleep, you're going to ride better. Might even stand a bit too during riding to eliminate, the discomfort. Anyway, that's the update for leaving from Sydney to Cape York. We'll see how long it takes me, and you're going to see all my challenges along the way. Until then, ride safe and see you on the flip side.